The greatest immediate threat, North Korea has been called many things, few of them complimentary. Pursuing the development of nuclear weapons. In recent months it held its fifth nuclear test, launched several missiles and most believe assassinated its leaders half-brother using a chemical weapon. But why is North Korea such a problem and why can no solution be found? A potted history. North Korea was created when the Korean Peninsula was divided in two after the 195,053 Korean War. Its first leader was Kim Il-sung, a communist who presided over a party state, and the grandfather of current leader Kim Jong-un. It remains one of the world's poorest nations. Its economy is centrally controlled, its citizens have no access to external media and, apart from a privileged few, no freedom to leave. Most worryingly, it has conducted 5 nuclear and multiple missile tests that demonstrate progress towards its ultimate goal of building a nuclear missile. There have been several rounds, the most recent, involving China, South Korea, Japan, Russia and the US, initially looked promising. Pyongyang agreed to give up its nuclear work in return for aid and political concessions. It went as far as blowing up the cooling tower at its plutonium production facility at Yongbyon, but then things faltered. The US said North Korea was failing to disclose the full extent of its nuclear work. Pyongyang denied this, but then conducted a nuclear test. So, since 2009, there have been no meaningful discussions. John Nelson Wright, senior fellow for Northeast Asia at think tank Chatham House, says that North Korea, judging from its recent provocations, is not interested in negotiating at the moment. This is because Kim is determined to push forward on military modernization, so rationally it is in his interests to delay. But economic pressure would work, right? The Union and several nations already have sanctions in place against North Korea, targeting its weapons program and financial ability to function abroad. The most recent measures took aim at Pyongyang's coal exports. Meanwhile, food aid to North Korea, which relies on donations to feed its people, had fallen in recent years as tensions have risen. But, says Dr. Nelson Wright, these measures do not seem to be slowing down North Korea's ability to move forward on the military front. He says sanctions that targeted the intermediaries that keep North Korea moving, like Chinese banks, would make a real impact. Targeting the oil that Pyongyang imports from China would also have an immediate effect, but the problem is China, which does not want to take actions that would destabilize the government and unleash chaos in its northern neighbor. Instead, he says,